The arrival. In the vast expanse of the Orion Arm, the Galactic Confederation had long reigned supreme. Dozens of alien civilizations, each with centuries or millennia of spacefaring experience, had formed a delicate balance of power and cultural exchange. That balance was about to be shattered by the arrival of humanity. The first sign of trouble came when long-range sensors detected an anomaly at the edge of the Proxima Centauri system. Krax, a senior analyst at the Confederation's monitoring station, couldn't believe his eyes. The energy readings were off the charts, suggesting a level of technology far beyond anything the Confederation had ever encountered. "This can't be right," Krax muttered, his tentacles twitching nervously as he recalibrated the sensors. But the readings remained unchanged. Whatever was out there, it was big, and it was powerful. Within hours, the Confederation's High Council had convened an emergency session. Representatives from a dozen species argued heatedly about how to respond to this potential threat. It was Ambassador Xilax of the Arcturian Collective who finally brought order to the chaos. "Esteemed colleagues," Xilax's melodious voice rang out, silencing the chamber. "Before we jump to conclusions, let us gather more information. I propose we send a diplomatic mission to investigate this anomaly." The motion passed, albeit with reluctance from some of the more militant factions. A sleek Confederation vessel, bristling with sensors and shielded by the most advanced cloaking technology available, set out for Proxima Centauri. What they found there would change the course of galactic history. As the Confederation ship dropped out of faster-than-light travel at the edge of the Proxima Centauri system, the crew was struck speechless. Before them loomed a massive structure, easily dwarfing anything the Confederation had ever built. It was a city in space, a sprawling metropolis of gleaming metal and pulsing energy fields that stretched for hundreds of kilometers. Captain Nara, a veteran of countless first contact missions, felt her heart's racing. "By the cosmic egg," she whispered, her scaled skin shimmering with excitement and fear. What manner of beings could build such a thing? As they approached, they detected thousands of smaller vessels swarming around the megastructure like busy insects. Some appeared to be construction ships, adding new modules and expanding the city's already impressive size. Others seemed to be transport vessels, ferrying resources and, presumably, living beings to and from the structure. The Confederation ship's communications officer, a Tellarate named Grok, suddenly perked up. "Captain, we're receiving a transmission. It's in Galactic Standard." Nara's eyes widened. How could these newcomers know the common language of the Confederation? "Put it through," she ordered. A holographic display flickered to life in the center of the bridge, revealing a bipedal creature with pale skin and dark hair. It smiled, showing flat teeth in a gesture that the Confederation's xenobiologists would later identify as non-threatening. "Greetings, visitors," the creature said in flawless Galactic Standard. "I am Governor Elena Chen of New Terra, humanity's first extrasolar colony. Welcome to Proxima Centauri." The bridge crew exchanged shocked glances. Humanity. There had been rumors of a newly spacefaring race from a backwater system, but nothing in those reports had suggested anything like this. Captain Nara stepped forward, her training kicking in despite her astonishment. "Greetings, Governor Chen. I am Captain Nara of the Galactic Confederation. We are amazed by what we see here. How long has your colony been established?" Governor Chen's smile widened. "New Terra has been operational for approximately 5 of your standard years. We're quite proud of the progress we've made." 5 years. The implications were staggering. No known race had ever achieved such rapid expansion and construction. As the initial shock wore off, the Confederation delegation was invited to tour New Terra. What they saw defied belief. The megastructure was a marvel of engineering with artificial gravity, a self-sustaining ecosystem, and energy production capabilities that made the Confederation's most advanced power plants look like primitive steam engines. Humans of all ages and ethnicities bustled about, going about their daily lives as if living in a city suspended in space was the most natural thing in the world. Schools, hospitals, entertainment districts, and sprawling parks coexisted with industrial sectors and research facilities, pushing the boundaries of known science. Dr. Xin, the Confederation's chief xenobiologist, was particularly fascinated by the humans' adaptability. "It's remarkable," she mused, her compound eyes taking in every detail. "They've created an environment perfectly suited to their needs, yet they seem capable of thriving in a wide range of conditions." As the tour progressed, Governor Chen explained some of the key technologies that had made New Terra possible. "Our fusion reactors provide nearly limitless clean energy," she said, gesturing to a pulsing blue core at the heart of the city. "And our matter replicators can produce almost anything we need from base elements. Of course, the biggest breakthrough was our gravity manipulation technology, which allows us to expand the city in any direction without worrying about structural integrity." The Confederation delegates listened in stunned silence. Each of these technologies alone would have been considered a monumental achievement. Together, they represented a leap forward that threatened to upset the entire balance of power in the galaxy. As the tour concluded, Captain Nera felt a mix of emotions she couldn't quite name. There was awe at what humanity had accomplished, certainly, but there was also fear. If humans could achieve this in just 5 years, what would they be capable of in a century? A millennium. Governor Chen seemed to sense the unease. "We understand that our sudden appearance might be disconcerting," she said diplomatically. "But I want to assure you that humanity comes in peace. We're explorers and innovators at heart. We don't seek conflict, only the opportunity to learn and grow alongside our galactic neighbors." Her words were reassuring, but as the Confederation ship prepared to depart, Captain Nera couldn't shake the feeling that the galaxy would never be the same. Humanity had arrived on the galactic stage not with a whimper, but with a bang that would echo across the cosmos for eons to come. As they pulled away from New Terra, the massive city ship glittering against the backdrop of Proxima Centauri, Nera turned to her first officer. "Send a priority message to the High Council," she said, her voice grave. Tell them everything has changed. The humans are here, and they're unlike anything we've ever seen." The ship jumped to FTL, leaving behind the awe-inspiring human megastructure. But Nera knew this was just the beginning. Humanity's arrival heralded a new era for the galaxy, one filled with both unprecedented opportunities and unfathomable challenges. The balance of power was shifting, and the Galactic Confederation would need to adapt quickly if it hoped to keep up with these audacious newcomers from Earth. First contact. The news of humanity's astonishing achievement at Proxima Centauri spread through the Galactic Confederation like wildfire. Within days, every sentient species from the core worlds to the outer rim was abuzz with speculation, fear, and excitement. In the Grand Assembly Hall of the Confederation capital on Xanthor Prime, representatives from hundreds of worlds gathered for an emergency session. The chamber, usually a model of decorum, was in chaos. Delegates shouted over one another, demanding action, calling for isolation, or pleading for calm. High Counselor Vexildia, a towering Andromedean with shimmering crystalline skin, raised her arms for silence. "Order. We must have order." Her voice, amplified by both technology and natural resonance, finally quieted the tumult. "We have all seen the reports," Vexildia continued, her tone grave. "The humans have achieved in decades what took many of us millennia. Their technology is unprecedented, but we must not let fear guide our actions. I propose we send a formal delegation to Earth itself. We must understand these humans better if we are to coexist peacefully." The motion passed, but not without opposition. Many species, particularly those with militaristic leanings, argued for a show of force to contain the human threat before it spread further. As the Confederation prepared its diplomatic mission, humanity was making moves of its own. The success of New Terra had emboldened Earth's governments and corporations. New colony ships were already under construction, each one larger and more advanced than the last. Dr. Samantha Chen, sister of New Terra's governor, and lead scientist on Earth's next-generation propulsion systems, stood before a panel of world leaders. Her eyes gleamed with the same passion that had driven humanity to the stars. "Ladies and gentlemen," she began, her voice steady despite the weight of the moment, "the galaxy has noticed us. But we've only just begun. Our next step will take us beyond our stellar neighborhood, to the very heart of the Milky Way." She brought up a holographic display of a massive ship, easily 10 times the size of Nuterra. "I present to you Project Odyssey. This ship will not only be able to sustain a population of millions, but also terraform inhospitable worlds as it travels. We're not just going to explore the galaxy, we're going to reshape it." The leaders murmured in awe and apprehension. Humanity's ambitions knew no bounds, it seemed. Meanwhile, on the fringes of Earth's solar system, the Confederation's diplomatic vessel emerged from FTL. Led by Ambassador Zillax, the delegation approached Earth with a mixture of curiosity and trepidation. As they entered orbit, the aliens were struck by the beauty of the blue-green world below. But it was the orbital infrastructure that truly amazed them. Space elevators stretched from the surface to geosynchronous orbit, while massive stations and shipyards bustled with activity. "By the cosmic winds," whispered Tark, a Rigelian engineer on the delegation, "they've industrialized their entire system in less time than it takes us to build a single space station." Ambassador Zillax nodded gravely. "And to think, just a century ago, they were limited to their own planet. Their rate of advancement is unsettling." The Confederation ship was guided to a docking bay on one of the larger stations. As the airlock cycled, Ambassador Zillax straightened his ceremonial robes and prepared to make first contact with the leaders of Earth. The human delegation that greeted them was led by Dr. Aisha Patel, Earth's newly appointed Galactic Affairs Minister. She smiled warmly, extending a hand in the human gesture of greeting. "Welcome to Earth, distinguished representatives of the Galactic Confederation. We are honored by your presence." Ambassador Zillax, taken aback by the casual friendliness, hesitantly extended a tentacle to shake Dr. Patel's hand. "The honor is ours, Minister Patel. We come seeking understanding and, hopefully, friendship." As the two delegations made their way to a grand conference room, the aliens couldn't help but marvel at the diversity of humans they encountered. Unlike many species in the Confederation, which had evolved towards uniformity, humans displayed a staggering array of physical characteristics and cultural expressions. The conference that followed was a whirlwind of information exchange. The humans, eager to prove their peaceful intentions, shared details of their history, culture, and technological advancements. They spoke of their rapid progress from a primitive, war-torn species to a united, spacefaring civilization. "Our greatest strength," Dr. Patel explained, "is our diversity and adaptability. Each challenge we've faced, each crisis we've overcome, has only made us stronger and more innovative." The Confederation delegates listened in amazement as humans described solving energy crises, reversing climate change, and curing diseases that had plagued them for millennia. But it was their plans for the future that truly stunned the aliens. Dr. Chen, brought in to discuss humanity's expansion plans, laid out a vision of a galaxy transformed. "We don't just want to colonize new worlds," she said, her eyes shining with enthusiasm. "We want to make the uninhabitable habitable. Gas giants, asteroid belts, even the space between stars. We see potential everywhere." As the conference progressed, it became clear that humanity's ambitions far exceeded anything the Confederation had anticipated. The aliens found themselves both impressed and alarmed by the humans' boundless optimism and seemingly limitless drive to expand and innovate. During a break in the proceedings, Ambassador Zillax pulled Dr. Patel aside. "Minister," he said, his voice low, "surely you must realize how your plans might be perceived by other species. Many in the Confederation already view humanity as a potential threat. These ambitions of yours, they will only heighten those fears." Dr. Patel's smile faded slightly. "We understand your concerns, Ambassador. But surely you can see that our intentions are peaceful. We seek to create, to explore, to improve, not just for ourselves, but for all sentient life. Xilax's bioluminescent patches pulsed with agitation. Intent and perception are often at odds, Minister. I fear that without careful diplomacy, humanity's rapid expansion could lead to conflict. As the conference concluded and the Confederation delegation prepared to depart, both sides felt the weight of the moment. Humanity had made its grand entrance onto the galactic stage, but the consequences of that entrance were yet to be fully understood. Back on Zenthor Prime, the Confederation High Council received Ambassador Xilax's report with growing unease. The humans were not the simple, primitive species many had assumed. They were a force to be reckoned with, a young race with the drive and capability to reshape the very fabric of galactic society. High Counselor Vexolia, who had once viewed humanity's rapid rise with trepidation, now found herself championing human-inspired reforms. "We stand on the brink of a new golden age," she declared in a historic address to the Confederation Assembly. "By embracing change and working together, we can achieve wonders beyond our wildest dreams." But as humanity's influence grew, so too did the responsibilities and challenges they faced. Their rapid ascent had disrupted the delicate balance of power that had existed for millennia. Some species, feeling left behind by the pace of change, began to resent human dominance. In the shadows of this new galactic order, whispers of discontent began to grow. There were those who feared that humanity's influence was becoming too great, that their boundless ambition might one day threaten the very fabric of galactic society. As the first human-led expeditions prepared to venture beyond the boundaries of known space, the galaxy held its breath. Humanity had proven itself a force for incredible progress and cooperation, but would their luck and goodwill last forever? Or would their ceaseless drive to explore and expand eventually lead them to a challenge too great to overcome? The answer to these questions lay in the uncharted regions of the cosmos, waiting to be discovered. And as always, humanity faced the unknown with a mixture of excitement, determination, and the unshakable belief that whatever lay ahead, they would face it together with their new alien allies. The golden age of galactic cooperation had begun, but the true test of humanity's vision for a united galaxy was yet to come. A new era. As humanity and its alien allies pushed the boundaries of known space, the galaxy entered an unprecedented age of discovery and innovation. The combined knowledge and resources of countless species, guided by human ingenuity and ambition, led to breakthroughs that would have been unimaginable just a few decades earlier. At the forefront of this new era of exploration was the Cosmic Horizon, a massive ship that dwarfed even the largest human megastructures. It was a collaborative effort, combining technologies and expertise from dozens of species. At its helm stood Admiral Zara Chen, the latest scion of the influential Chen family, to make her mark on galactic history. As the Cosmic Horizon prepared for its maiden voyage into the unknown regions beyond the galactic rim, Admiral Chen addressed the diverse crew. "We stand at the threshold of a new frontier," she said, her voice filled with determination. "What we discover out there may change everything we think we know about the universe. But whatever challenges we face, we'll face them together." The ship's engines hummed to life, powered by energy drawn directly from the quantum foam of space itself, a technology developed through the combined efforts of human physicists and aetheri energy manipulators. As the Cosmic Horizon vanished into the depths of uncharted space, the galaxy collectively held its breath. Months passed with no word from the expedition. Then, just as anxiety began to mount, a transmission broke through on all frequencies across the Confederation. Admiral Chen's face appeared on screens and holographic displays on thousands of worlds. "People of the galaxy," she began, her expression a mixture of awe and excitement. "What we've discovered defies explanation. We've made contact with something. An intelligence vast beyond comprehension. It calls itself the Cosmos Architect, and it claims to be responsible for the very structure of our universe." The news sent shockwaves through galactic society. Philosophical and religious debates erupted on every world as species tried to grapple with the implications of this discovery. But for humanity and their closest allies, it was a call to action. Dr. Ilara Vexelia, daughter of the former High Counselor and a prodigy in the field of cosmic linguistics, led the team tasked with deciphering the cosmic architect's complex multidimensional language. It was a challenge that pushed the limits of even the most advanced AI systems, but the breakthroughs came at a rapid pace. As understanding grew, so did the magnitude of what was at stake. The cosmic architect revealed that the universe was facing a crisis on a scale beyond imagining. The very fabric of reality was unraveling at the edges, threatening to unmake everything in existence. In ages past, the architect explained, it had created guardian species to maintain the integrity of the cosmos. But these guardians had long since vanished, leaving the universe vulnerable. Now, it sought new guardians to take up this monumental task. But as the Confederation debated, humanity pressed its advantage. Using their superior technology, they bypassed the Jor's heavily fortified worlds, instead targeting key strategic locations. Space stations, shipyards, and resource extraction facilities fell to the human advance. In a bold move that stunned the galaxy, a small team of human special forces, led by Commander Sarah Chen, another member of the influential Chen family, infiltrated the Jor homeworld itself. Using cloaking technology that rendered them virtually undetectable, they made their way to the heart of the Jor government. In the Grand Hall of the Imperium, as the Jor leadership argued about how to respond to the human threat, Commander Chen and her team decloaked. "Gentlemen," she said, her voice amplified to fill the massive chamber, "I believe it's time we had a talk." The Jor leaders, caught completely off guard, could only stare in shock. How had humans penetrated their most secure facility so easily? Commander Chen continued, her tone firm, but not threatening. The Jor Imperium has two choices. You can surrender unconditionally and work with us to build a peaceful future, or you can continue this war and face total defeat. The choice is yours. As proof of humanity's capabilities, Chen activated a holographic display showing the human fleet's positions. The Jor leaders were stunned to see that their entire empire was now surrounded, cut off from support or escape. Faced with such overwhelming force and the realization of humanity's true capabilities, the Jor had no choice but to surrender. The war, which had begun with a surprise attack on a human colony, ended with the complete capitulation of one of the galaxy's most feared military powers. As news of the Jor surrender spread, the galaxy held its breath. Humanity had not only defended itself, but had utterly defeated a major power in a matter of weeks. Species that had dismissed humans as upstart newcomers now regarded them with a mixture of fear and awe. In the aftermath of the conflict, humanity surprised many by treating the defeated Jor with unexpected mercy. Instead of occupying their worlds or dismantling their society, humans offered to help the Jor rebuild and reform, on the condition that they renounce their militaristic ways. Admiral Tanaka, speaking from the bridge of the Prometheus, addressed the galaxy. "Let this be a lesson," she said, her words broadcast to every corner of known space. "Humanity seeks peace and cooperation, but we will defend ourselves and our allies with all our strength. We invite all species to join us in building a brighter future, but we will not tolerate aggression or tyranny." As the dust settled, the balance of power in the galaxy had shifted dramatically. Humanity, once seen as a curious newcomer, was now recognized as a superpower. But with this new status came new challenges and responsibilities. The Galactic Confederation, realizing that they could no longer ignore or contain humanity, extended an invitation for Earth to join as a full member. It was an unprecedented move, offering membership to such a young species, but it was clear to all that the galaxy's future would be shaped by human actions. As representatives from Earth prepared to take their place in the Confederation Assembly, the galaxy watched and waited. Humanity had proven its power, but how would they use it? Would they be the harbingers of a new golden age of peace and progress, or would their ambitions lead to further conflict? Only time would tell, but one thing was certain. The era of human ascendancy had begun, and nothing in the galaxy would ever be the same again. Unlikely alliances. In the wake of the Jor conflict, the galaxy found itself in a state of rapid transformation. Humanity's swift victory and subsequent magnanimity had shattered preconceptions and redrawn the lines of galactic politics. As Earth took its place in the Galactic Confederation, many species found themselves reevaluating their stance towards these enigmatic newcomers. On the lush world of Arborea, home to the Sylvan Collective, a race of plant-like beings known for their isolationist tendencies, an unprecedented meeting was taking place. Dr. Lily Chen, the renowned human xenobotanist, and yes, another member of the influential Chen family, stood before the Sylvan High Council, her eyes wide with wonder at the living architecture surrounding her. Esteemed members of the collective, Lily began, her voice filled with passion. I come before you not just as a representative of humanity, but as a fellow lover of life in all its forms. We humans have technology that could help your people thrive like never before, and in return, your deep connection to nature could teach us so much. The Sylvans, their leafy bodies rustling with curiosity, listened intently. For millennia, they had shunned outside contact, believing other species could never understand their unique connection to their world. But these humans, with their incredible adaptability and thirst for knowledge, seemed different. Elder Oakart, his bark-like skin etched with the wisdom of centuries, spoke for the council. Dr. Chen, your words are intriguing. But how can we be sure that human intervention won't disrupt the delicate balance of our ecosystem? Lily smiled, activating a holographic display. Let me show you what we've achieved on Nova Gaia, a world we've transformed from a barren rock into a thriving ecosystem. The display showed time-lapse footage of a planet blooming with life, diverse species evolving and adapting in real time. The Sylvans watched in awe. What would have taken millions of years naturally had been achieved in mere decades. Elder Oakart's leaves quivered with excitement. This is remarkable. Perhaps there is much we can learn from each other after all. As humanity forged this unlikely alliance with the Sylvans, similar scenes were playing out across the galaxy. On the gas giant Nebulos, home to the ethereal Aetheri, human engineers worked alongside the cloud-like beings to develop new forms of energy production that could revolutionize power generation across the Confederation. In the Silicon Valleys of Silica Prime, human computer scientists collaborated with the crystalline quartz mines, pushing the boundaries of artificial intelligence and quantum computing. The resulting breakthroughs promised to usher in a new era of technological advancement for all species. Even the enigmatic void dancers, beings of pure energy that had long shunned physical reality, found themselves intrigued by humanity's boundless curiosity. For the first time in eons, they emerged from their subspace realm to engage in philosophical debates with human thinkers, exploring the nature of consciousness and reality itself. But not all interactions were so harmonious. On the desert world of Dune AX, tensions flared between human terraformers and the native sand striders, a species that thrived in the harsh, arid environment. The sand striders viewed the humans' plans to introduce water and vegetation as a threat to their way of life. It was here that humanity's diplomatic skills were put to the test. Ambassador Jamal Chen, yes, the Chen family's influence knew no bounds, arrived on Dune AX to mediate the conflict. In a stroke of brilliance, he proposed a compromise. The humans would terraform only part of the planet, creating a diverse landscape that could support both sand strider and human settlements. Imagine, Jamal said to the gathered sand strider elders, a world where desert and oasis exist side by side, where your people can maintain your traditions while also having access to new resources and opportunities. We don't seek to replace your way of life, but to enhance it. The sand striders, initially skeptical, were won over by Jamal's sincerity and the potential benefits of the plan. This successful negotiation became a model for future human-alien collaborations, showcasing humanity's ability to find creative solutions to complex problems. As these partnerships flourished, the galaxy experienced an unprecedented boom in scientific and cultural exchange. Human adaptability and innovation, combined with the ancient wisdom and unique perspectives of other species, led to advancements that would have been impossible for any one race to achieve alone. On Earth, the Global University of Xenosciences opened its doors, welcoming students and professors from hundreds of alien species. The campus became a melting pot of ideas, where different approaches to science, philosophy, and art merged to create entirely new fields of study. Professor Xerax, a Quantaxian physicist, marveled at the human approach to problem-solving. They do not simply accept the limitations of the known universe, he commented to a colleague. They question everything, imagine the impossible, and then find ways to make it reality. This spirit of collaboration and innovation spread to every corner of the galaxy. The previously hostile Jor, under human guidance, transformed their militaristic society into one focused on exploration and discovery. Former Jor warships, retrofitted with advanced human technology, now led expeditions into uncharted regions of space. Even the Galactic Confederation itself was not immune to human influence. The once stagnant bureaucracy found itself infused with new energy as human representatives introduced novel ideas and challenged long-held assumptions. High Counselor Vexalia, her crystalline form shimmering with concern, addressed the council. "We stand at a crossroads," she said, her voice resonating through the chamber. "The humans represent both great opportunity and great risk. How we proceed in our relations with them may well determine the fate of our entire civilization." As the council debated long into the night, one thing became clear: the galaxy would never be the same. Humanity had arrived, and every species in the Confederation would need to adapt to this new reality, or risk being left behind in the wake of human ambition. The stage was set for a new era of galactic politics, one where the actions of a young, ambitious species from a backwater planet called Earth would send ripples across the cosmos, forever altering the destiny of countless civilizations. The challenge. As humanity's influence spread across the galaxy, not all species viewed their rapid expansion with optimism. Among the most vocal opponents was the Jor Imperium, a militant species known for their strict hierarchical society and expansionist tendencies. Admiral Kovacs, Supreme Commander of the Jor Fleet, stood before the Imperium's War Council, his scaled skin glistening under the harsh lights. "These humans," he snarled, sharp teeth bared, "are a plague upon the galaxy. Their unchecked growth threatens the very foundation of our society. We must act now before it's too late." The War Council, composed of the highest-ranking military leaders of the Jor, nodded in agreement. For centuries, they had been the dominant military force in their sector, but humanity's technological leaps had suddenly made them feel vulnerable. Light years away, on the newly established human colony of Nova Roma, Governor Marcus Chen, cousin to Elena and Samantha, was overseeing the final stages of the planet's transformation. What was once a barren, rocky world had been terraformed into a lush paradise in a matter of months, thanks to humanity's advanced environmental manipulation technology. As Marcus stood on a balcony overlooking the sprawling city, marveling at the gleaming spires and verdant parks, his AI assistant's voice chimed in his neural implant. "Governor, we're detecting multiple unidentified ships entering the system. They're not responding to hails." Marcus frowned. This was unusual. Most species in the galaxy had quickly learned to announce their presence when approaching human settlements. "Can you identify them?" he asked. "Negative, sir," the AI responded. "But their energy signatures suggest highly advanced weapon systems. They appear to be in attack formation." Before Marcus could respond, the sky lit up with streaks of plasma fire. The Jor fleet had launched a surprise attack on Nova Roma. Alarms blared across the city as defensive shields snapped into place, barely deflecting the first wave of the assault. Marcus rushed to the command center, his mind racing. "Initiate emergency protocols." he shouted as he burst through the doors. "And get me a direct line to Earth." As the battle raged in space above Nova Roma, news of the attack spread like wildfire through human space and the wider Galactic Confederation. On Earth, the Global Defense Council convened an emergency session. Admiral Yuki Tanaka, head of the Human Expeditionary Force, addressed the council. Her voice was calm, but her eyes burned with determination. "The Zhor have made a grave miscalculation," she said. "They believe our rapid expansion has left us vulnerable. We must show them how wrong they are." Within hours, a massive human fleet was mobilized. Ships from across human-controlled space converged on Nova Roma, led by the HE's Prometheus, Earth's most advanced battleship. As the human reinforcements arrived, the Zhor found themselves outmatched. Human ships, utilizing technology that seemed to border on the impossible, danced around the Zhor vessels with impossible agility. Energy shields that the Zhor thought impenetrable were bypassed with ease, while human weapons cut through Zhor defenses like they weren't even there. Admiral Kovacs watched in horror as his mighty fleet was decimated. "Impossible," he muttered, his confidence shattered. "How can they be so powerful?" But the humans weren't content with merely defending Nova Roma. Admiral Tanaka, seeing an opportunity to end the Zhor threat once and for all, ordered a counterattack. The human fleet pursued the retreating Zhor ships, pushing deep into Imperium space. As news of the Zhor defeat spread, other species that had been wary of humanity watched in awe and fear. The Galactic Confederation, caught off guard by the sudden conflict, scrambled to respond. On Zenthor Prime, the Confederation capital, High Counselor Vexalia called for an emergency session. "We cannot stand idly by while war engulfs the galaxy," she declared. "We must intervene before this conflict escalates further." The Galactic Confederation found itself divided on how to respond. Many species, overwhelmed by the scope of the crisis, advocated for isolation, hoping to enjoy what time remained before the end. Others fell into despair, believing the task too great for mortal beings to undertake. But humanity, true to form, saw not an insurmountable problem, but the ultimate challenge. In a passionate address to the Confederation Assembly, Ambassador Lyra Chen made humanity's stance clear. "Since our first steps into the stars, we've faced challenges that seemed impossible," she declared. "We've overcome every obstacle, not through sheer strength, but through cooperation, innovation, and an unwavering belief in our collective potential. This is no different. We have been called to be the guardians of reality itself, and we will answer that call." Humanity's determination proved infectious. Species that had once viewed humans with suspicion now rallied behind their vision. A grand coalition formed, pooling the resources and knowledge of the entire Confederation towards a single goal: saving the universe. The next decade saw an explosion of progress unlike anything the galaxy had ever witnessed. Planets were transformed into vast computational arrays, processing the mind-bending calculations necessary to manipulate the fabric of reality. Dyson swarms harnessed the power of entire stars, providing the energy needed for cosmic-scale engineering. Human adaptive technology, combined with the unique abilities of various alien species, allowed for the creation of beings capable of perceiving and interacting with the multidimensional structures of the universe. These new guardians, hybrids of organic life and advanced technology, prepared to take up their role as custodians of existence. As the day of reckoning approached, the cosmic horizon, now upgraded beyond recognition, once again set out towards the edge of reality. Admiral Zara Chen, her body and mind enhanced to withstand the rigors of cosmic guardianship, led the first team of guardians to the breach in the universal fabric. What followed was a battle beyond the comprehension of mortal minds. The guardians fought not with weapons, but with will and understanding, reweaving the very laws of physics, sealing cracks in dimensions, and reinforcing the boundaries of existence. When it was over, when reality itself had been saved from unraveling, the Guardians returned changed. They had seen the universe from a perspective no mortal was meant to witness, had touched the very foundations of existence. As news of their victory spread, celebrations erupted across the galaxy. Species that had once been bitter enemies now embraced as brothers, united by their shared triumph over cosmic annihilation. The age of division and conflict that had defined so much of galactic history was over. In the aftermath, as the galaxy settled into its new role as custodians of the cosmos, reflections on humanity's journey were common. From a primitive species taking its first tentative steps into space to the architects of universal salvation in less than a millennium. It was a transformation unparalleled in cosmic history. Yet for all their godlike achievements, humans had not lost touch with their roots. As Admiral Zara Chen, now revered across the galaxy as a cosmic savior, stood on the observation deck of the cosmic horizon, she found her thoughts turning not to the vast expanses of the universe, but to the tiny blue planet where it had all begun. No matter how far we go, no matter how much we achieve, she mused to her diverse crew of humans and aliens, we must never forget where we came from. Earth, our cradle, will always be a reminder of what we can accomplish when we dare to dream big and work together. As the cosmic horizon turned towards home, the stars seemed to shine a little brighter. Humanity had not just found its place in the universe, it had become the guardian of all existence, ensuring that the great cosmic dance would continue for eons to come. The story of humanity's rise from earthbound primitives to cosmic guardians would be told and retold across countless worlds for millions of years. It would inspire new species taking their first steps into the cosmic community, a testament to what could be achieved through cooperation, innovation, and an unyielding spirit of exploration. And somewhere, in the vast, incomprehensible mind of the cosmic architect, there was something akin to satisfaction. The universe was in good hands, and the future, once uncertain, now shone with limitless potential. The end of one story had become the beginning of an even greater cosmic saga, with humanity and its allies at the center, forever reaching for the stars and beyond.